Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Free-to-Play Clash of Clans. So this series is going to be all about maxing out a Town Hall 12 to currently what is now a Town Hall 17. Now obviously that's going to change over time, but we're going to be sharing the experience along the way and seeing what it's like from the free-to-play perspective of things. So let's claim the tombstones, remove some of these obstacles, and to claim our collectors and our loot cart, and go for an attack and the clan war. So let's attack this Town Hall 10. So yes, it's a Town Hall 10, but it's also 3 free stars, so let's do it. So drop the zap spells to get rid of the air defenses, and we're going to deploy our E-Dragons. Now, we use a modified E-Dragon army, so we dropped our blimp, and now we're going to use our clone spell to clone the balloons that are going to drop out of the blimp to take out some of the defenses. So we actually made an oopsie and we forgot that Town Hall 10 is not weaponized, but hey. So we dropped our E-Dragons, drop our Warden, drop our King, and drop our Queen on the other side of the base to clear out defenses, hit the ability, and let the balloons finish clearing up the defenses. So the intention of this attack is that the E-Dragons clear out the majority of the base, and if necessary, the heroes end up finishing it up. And the Wizard is for cleaning stuff up, and the Headhunter is obviously there to take out heroes. So we're going to drop Rage, and we're going to drop 2 freeze spells because we can. So freeze the defenses, and we're going to drop our skeleton spells on the mortar to help take it out. So now we're just cleaning up the rest of the base with the Barb King ability, and let's go for the next person, which is a Town Hall 11, and so let's go take care of that quickly. So we used a very similar strategy to what we did for the first one. Drop the zap spells to destroy the air defenses, drop the siege machine to destroy defenses, and then once the siege machine dropped, drop the E-Dragons with the Warden as the main part of the attack, and drop the Barb King with them, drop the Queen at an interval to get value out of the Giant Arrow, drop the clone with the E-Dragons, deploy the Rage spell where necessary, Freeze spell where necessary. We deploy the Wizard to help clean up, and we also deployed the Headhunter to help clean up with the heroes. And ultimately, it was a good attack, except we just ended up losing because our hero got stuck in a wall with an Inferno Tower. But we still got 2 stars for our clan, which is the part that really matters. So, yeah. That was one of the attacks. So after we finished up the clan war, we checked on our side to see how we were doing. We took a 1-star lead because this is recorded in the past and we got 3-starred, but we were in a 1-star lead and we claimed some Dark Elixir, started training our army, which takes around 40 minutes to train or 55. Checked out the shop because, as a free-to-play player, we can't buy any of this stuff like the Fire Queen, which is sad, but hey, it still looks pretty good. And the same thing with all the other stuff. And we collected our capital gold. So we're in a bit of a dilemma. We have too much Dark Elixir for our own good. We have almost 180,000 enough to spend on because we can only spend it on laboratory research. And, we assigned our assistant to the Hog Rider or whatever we're currently doing, but we only have so much and we don't want to max out and lose progression. So after upgrading equipment, we checked on the Worgen, and while we're not that close to where we should be um in terms of like single player wise, we're not that far off either. So let's go check out Builder Base. So let's claim all those resources quickly, the gold and the elixir. And we're currently at Builder Hall 9 out of 10. And most of our defenses are maxed out. Like the cannons are maxed out, archer towers are maxed out, the double cannons are 1 level off, the firecrackers are 1 level off, but the clock towers are maxed out, the collectors are maxed out, the storages are maxed out, as well as the barracks, and the traps are also maxed out. The wall we don't care too much about because it's just not as relevant. It's okay to have some under-leveled wall. But most of the special defense, like the giant cannon roaster, um, are maxed out. Otto's outpost is one level out, or like most of the defense is one level out. But two of the Teslas are maxed out, and just about everything else is one level off or maxed out. Um, so let's start an attack. So we use an all Night Witch army, and I know I might get hate in the comments section for like it being no skill, but personally, I don't care. So we use for Battlecopter to tank for the Night Witches, and then we just drop the Night Witches in a straight line. And the defenses we really have to look out for here are the Roaster and the Air Bomb, since these deal with bats really easily, and especially the Roaster because it can also hit ground troops, which are what Night Witches are. So the important part about this attack is making sure that the bats tank for the Night Witches whenever possible, and that you take out as many ground defenses with the bats before the Night Witches come in, because as you can see, the cannon and the multi-mortar are taking care of the Night Witches very effectively, which can become a big deal because then you move on to the second stage with little to no Night Witches because the bats don't carry over. So let's just clean up the rest of the base using the Battlecopter's ability and our last remaining Night Witch, who is somehow still alive. So use the Battlecopter ability to rush in, and now it's going to start tanking for the bats because the Firecrackers and Archer Tower are locked onto it. So unfortunately, our last Night Witch died, but I think the Battlecopter is just going to end up taking out the rest of the defenses, and it does. There go the Firecrackers and the Hidden Tesla. So let's move on to the second stage and hopefully get a few more stars. So we've moved on to the second stage now, and looking at the base, it's pretty air heavy with the Giga Tesla and 3 Firecrackers. So let's switch the dropships to cannon carts. Let's do it for both, and let's drop our Battlecopter at the bottom of the base so it doesn't have to deal with as many air defenses. So let's quickly scan around and let's see. I don't think I want to drop the cannon carts up because it's just not going to be a good placement. Instead, let's zoom out, get a bigger overview, and drop them at the bottom left. There goes one of them, and instead we're going to just drop the other one. So hit the mortar mode on that one now, hit the Battlecopter ability, and the Tesla's popped up, and now we're going to put number 8 on the left of the Battlecopter, so it can help take out defenses. So, cannon cart number 8 just walked into the rays of the giant cannon. Now that Otto's outpost is destroyed, the Zappies are going to start attacking the cannon carts, and 8 is cooked, but 7's still alive, and it's likely to get a few more hits before it goes down. So, overall, it ended up being a 4-star attack with the cannon car picking up a few more buildings and then going down to the expo. But yeah, so I think you get the basic premise of the majority of my attacks. It's usually all Night Witch, and depending on the base variants, I will sometimes switch it out for like cannon carts or power pekkas, depending if I need more powerful troops to help clean up. But usually we just stick with all Night Witch. So we got 4 stars, and for our star bonus, we need 10. So let's switch the reinforcements out for Night Witches and start another attack since we can't upgrade anything at the moment. So in order to take out the first part of the space, let's quickly take a look. So he is a level 3 collector and level 1 gem mine. Uh, and most of the air attacking troops are towards the lower part of the base, so we're going to drop the Battlecopter there to tank, and let's drop the Night Witches at the top since they won't have to deal with that. And with the combined power of both, the Night Witches and the Battlecopter are going to end up 3-starring the base, so let's just skip ahead to the second part. So, as you can see, Night Witches 3 and 6 survived, and the bats just tanked and helped clean up for the rest of the base. So they took out the Firecrackers and the Archer Tower, and they worked together with Night Witches to get the gold storage. So let's take a look at the second half of the base. So we're using the battle machine and 4 Night Witches. So the roasters upgrade and the air bombs are relatively low level, along with the rest of the defenses being sort of under leveled, which is going to make it easier to 3 stars. So let's take out this Firecrackers, drop the Night Witches, and let the bats go in and clear out this Tesla, whereas the battle machine will just work to take care of the archers, and the Night Witches are just going to start reaching into the base and taking out defenses. And as the Night Witches go down, we're going to hit their abilities so the bats can help take out. And the battlecopters made it in, we're going to hit the ability, and it's just going to start chaining everywhere and taking out just about everything, which is very nice. So overall, we ended up 6-starring this base, which was very nice and very good because the battlecopter tanked for the Night Witches, which is ultimately the point of this attack to have the heroes tank for the Night Witches. So, well, yeah, as you can see, the Bats and Night Witch and the battlecopter or not the battlecopter, the battle machine are just gonna clean stuff up. Very, very nice. So we got our 6-star, so let's use the resources to see if we can upgrade something. We're a bit short on resources, so let's just claim some and start boosting with the clock tower. And we don't use the elixir cart for much, we just save the elixir up to research stuff. And in this case, we actually have something researching going on at the moment. So let's go back to our home village, and that's going to wrap it up for the first episode. So make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.